Welcome to my YouTube channel LGBT Lesbians. This is a super audiobook burlesque. The best book I've ever read, you can't stop reading it. Burlesque video book drama. On my channel you will also find a lot of hot and sexy audiobooks about lesbian relationships, such as Stripper, Checkmate, Dance for Me and many others. Scenes of kissing, sex and hot relationships between girls, causing excitement, laughter, surprise, and sometimes tears of sadness and joy. Happy listening and pure emotions to everyone. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so as not to miss a single wonderful episode. Lucy rushes backstage so she can micromanage the girls. Lauren is the only one she trusts to be responsible, apparently, and she lets Camilla follow her up there, straight into the commotion. The dressing room is a whirlwind of cheap perfume, cigarette smoke, booze, and yelling. Lauren accosts them right away the moment they walk in. Hey! She practically falls into Camilla, tripping slightly on her heels even though she was perfectly steady when she was on stage. She looks like she's glowing, a sheen of sweat covering her body as she grabs Camilla's waist, her nails jabbing into her side. She's laughing, so totally alive. Lucy, can you undo my corset? Lucy's nimble fingers move to unlace Lauren's burgundy corset as Lauren clutches Camilla for balance. She grins up at her with sparkling eyes. Her lipstick is slightly smudged around her mouth, and Camilla, almost as a reflex, reaches out. Hey, Lauren, your lipstick. She grasps Lauren's chin carefully in her right hand and wipes around the corners of her lips with her thumb. Suddenly her eyes lock on Lauren's. The girl across from her has suddenly softened. Thanks, she says quietly, and Camilla lets her hands fall from Lauren's face. She's so incredibly beautiful, and so adorable, and so close. It's hard to believe the brunette in front of her was just on that stage, oozing nothing but straight sex. She looks so innocent, with her huge green eyes and gentle smile. And then she yelps, her hand moving from Camilla's waist to her own chest. Thanks, Lucy. She squeals, clutching her unlaced corset to her body and leaning back to peck Lucy's face, right on the corner of her mouth. She whirls around one more time to kiss Lucy's jawline, and then she's rushing towards her vanity, pulling on a new costume that she gets another girl to zip up. Lucy sighs when she turns to Camilla. She got lipstick all over me, didn't she? Camilla laughs at her. Yep, Lucy has bright red prints where Lauren had kissed her. Lucy rolls her eyes, but doesn't bother removing it. Instead, she kicks off her heels and begins to clap her hands, ordering the girls around. Get dressed, get dressed, come on. She's a tornado in black satin. She looks completely in her element. It's like she thrives on all the chaos. In the dressing room. Hey, Dinah sidles up beside her. She's also out of her corset, wrapped up in a silky black robe, but she doesn't seem to be rushing around. How we do? Amazing, Camilla says. I was speechless. I've never seen anything like that before. Right? Dinah seems almost loopy with her post-performance high. She hops up on one of the vanities and draws her knees up to her chest. She holds her long curtain of blonde hair up with one hand, gathered a fist, and fans her face. Don't you have to get dressed? Camilla gestures towards the plethora of other girls who seem to be getting in costume. She spots Normani among the few who seem to be sitting out. Dinah shakes her head. Me and Mani usually sit some of the group numbers out because we don't get as much rehearsal time, since we're students. You'll sit the same ones out. She puts out her hand for a fist bump, and even though it's silly, it makes Camilla laugh when she reciprocates. It sucks sometimes, Dinah explains, but for these girls this club is their full-time job. They can afford to dedicate all their time and energy to this. All right, Camilla can work with that, especially now that she knows there are girls who are going to be in the same boat as her, people she can relate to. What about Lauren? She finds herself asking. I mean, she's so young. Dinah hums and reaches out to stroke Camilla's hair through her hands. The gesture comes out of nowhere, but Camilla finds herself appreciating it as Dinah lets Camilla's hair out of her ponytail and then massages her scalp, smoothing down the stray flyaways. These girls are all really touchy, she's come to realize. They truly are a little family. House of Hernandez has been Laura's life for the past 2 years. I don't know if she's ever going to go to college. I can't picture her actually settling down to do anything seriously except for this. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Camilla tilts her head, letting Dinah untangle the small knots towards the end of her hair. The way Lauren gives everything she has to that stage. She can't imagine ever giving something like that up, especially when it clearly makes her so happy. Her gaze flicks towards Lauren, who is chugging a Red Bull as one of the other girls puts a top hat on Lauren's head. She looks so happy, almost vibrating with energy, touching up her makeup. Wait. Hold up. Did you say Lauren's been working here for 2 years? Camilla's eyes nearly bug out of her head. She's 18, isn't she? That's... Yeah, she's been here since she was 16. When she was still in high school, I think. She's been performing like that since she was 16? Suddenly Camilla feels a little sick. That can't be legal. Thinking about an underage Lauren out there on that stage, grown men ogling her and yelling lewd things. She hasn't had the easiest go of things. Dinah's hand still in Camilla's hair, and when Camilla turns to look at her, Dinah's chocolate brown eyes are forlorn. I know she grew up with money, but I don't even think she and her parents are on speaking terms anymore. She lowers her voice, leans closer to Camilla's ear. They kicked her out, paid her off, I think, so she wouldn't come back home. It was really rough on her. They basically just gave her a whole bunch of money and told her they never wanted to see her again. Jesus Christ, are you serious? Camilla lifts a hand to her mouth, glancing over at Lauren again. Dinah, should you be telling me all this? It seems like extremely private. Dinah sighs. She tucks Camilla's hair behind her ears. We're a family, she says simply. And now you're a part of that. Laura would have told you. She trusts you already. She really likes you. All right, girls. Lucy is so loud it's like she's yelling through a megaphone. Get on out there, please. Places. The girls start making their way down the stairs, Lauren in the lead. She makes a kissy face at Camilla as she passes, and Camilla flushes pink, waving her off. Break a leggy, Dinah screams after them. Only 2 other girls are left in the dressing room that Camilla doesn't know. A short, striking brunette girl with tan skin whose name is currently escaping Camilla, and then there's a very tall, very skinny black girl with curly hair that falls messily around her heart-shaped face. Zendaya, that's her name. She's been really welcoming, has the most hilarious laugh. She winks at Camilla when she sees her looking at her, and Camilla smiles back at her. Other than that, there's Normani, lounging on one of the stools, leaning forward as she glues a fake eyelash to her eye. Then Dinah, of course, and finally Lucy, who leans against the wall, blowing a strand of dark hair out of her face. Camilla doesn't know when she puts sneakers on, but she's wearing them. The lipstick stains from Lauren are still on her face. Camilla, she says, do you want to watch from the wings? She waves vaguely in Dinah's direction. Dinah will take you. Aw, Dinah looks genuinely distraught, but I was gonna have my smoke break. Lucy shoots her a dirty look and Dinah groans over dramatically. When she turns to Camilla, though, her eyes are playful. Come on, bitch, let's go see the show. She smooths down Camilla's hair one more time, and then hops down from her vanity, her heels hitting the floor with a thunk. Monty, wanna come? She calls. Normani is giving Camilla a barely concealed dirty look. No, I'm fine, she says primly. Zendaya? Ariana? Ariana, that's it, the tan girl with her hair swept up in a high ponytail, her face made up to perfection, glances over her shoulder to face them. She's wearing a corset done up so tightly Camilla wonders how she even breathes. Sure, I'll come. She stalks over in her fishnets and stilettos. She must be short, but in her ridiculous heels she's just a little taller than Camilla. She cocks one perfectly arched brow as she looks at Camilla, her pouty lips curling up into a smirk. You're into Lauren, right, new girl? You'll love this number, then. Camilla can't tell if she's making fun of her or being shady or whatever. She laughs nervously. Oh, will I? Definitely, Zendaya says from her vanity. She knocks back a shot, wincing as she does so, but ends up coming over to them as well. The height difference between her and Ariana is almost comical. She links her arm with Camilla's. Don't let Ariana bother you, she says. She thrives on being a cunt. That's how she gets her power. Am I wrong? Aren't you into Lauren? Ariana shrugs and doesn't deny it. She's the kind of girl who knows she's beautiful and uses it to her advantage. Sorry, but... Again, thank God Zendaya answers for her. Who isn't into Lauren? She says lightly, and then bursts into her hilarious, cackling, very distinctive laughter. Camilla finds it in herself to laugh along, and even Ariana cracks a rueful smile. She rolls her eyes good-naturedly. Okay, break it up, whores. Dinah claps her hands, and then points down the stairs. We're missing it. All four of them clamber down the spiral staircase and Dinah ushers them into the wings. The number is already in full swing. Circus, by Britney Spears. It's high energy and extremely sexually charged. Somewhere between the numbers they somehow got these silver hoops suspended from the ceiling, and seeing how put together and high quality all the props are makes Camilla's jaw drop. Where the hell did they come from? Lauren's singing again. She's doing less choreography than the others, Camilla notes, probably so she can have more control over her voice. Still, she's front and center, gyrating, smirking, running her hands up and down her body. The crowd is fucking eating her up. They can't take her eyes off of her. Her voice is like liquid sex, and she's tossing her hair back and forth. She looks so fucking hot. They all do, actually. They're in these tight-fitting bodysuits made to look kind of like tuxedos, with collars and bow ties, and each of them in wearing a velvety top hat. Except Lauren, who throws hers off into the crowd somewhere. She's got something in her hand, but Camilla can't tell what it is. It's only when she cracks it against the stage that she sees it's a whip. Well, that sort of makes sense. Ringmasters have whips, right? Plus it says it in the song. She thinks most of the people in the crowd are definitely not as concerned about the logistics. They're just living their BDSM fantasy with Lauren in her skimpy outfit and her whip right now. Camilla can't really say she blames them. All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus. When I crack that whip, everybody gone, trip just like a circus. Lauren's changed into black thigh-high patent leather boots, too. God, she looks fucking good. Hey, she leans over to whisper in Dinah's ear. The blonde is clutching her arm, bobbing her head enthusiastically. Does Lauren lead every number? She kind of needs to know what to expect. No, Dinah says back to her. She only leads the performances where she sings, which is less than half. She's in almost all the performances, though. And she always opens or closes. She grins at her. Well, now that you're here, you'll probably either open or close. Camilla opens her mouth, about to say something else, when all of a sudden Zendaya grabs her other arm. I wish I was in this number, she whispers. It's so fucking sexy. Ariana sidles up next to them, nodding in agreement. I'm gonna ask Lucy if I can learn the choreo, she says. The rings look like so much fun, and I think I'd look good in a top hat. She reaches around Zendaya to nudge Camilla's shoulder. Lauren looks sexy up there, doesn't she? Camilla narrows her eyes at Lauren. Are you baiting me? She's trying to see what team you play for, Zendaya says bluntly. Well, I thought I was being subtle about it. Ariana tosses her hair elegantly. But, I mean, are you gay? I'm getting Major Dyke vibes. Christ, Ariana, can you get some class? Dinah snaps. Ariana looks momentarily offended. What? I'm so classy. She purses her perfectly drawn nude lips, as if to prove her point. Some tact, then, Dinah hisses. She puts an arm around Camilla's waist, almost protectively. Really, you don't need to. Answer that if you don't want to. Ariana is just a nosy bitch. Correction, Zendaya interrupts. Ariana is trying to hook up with Camilla and wants to know if she has a chance. Double correction, Ariana says. Ariana is trying to be a good wingwoman for Lauren and see if Lauren has a chance. Camilla turns her head towards Ariana so fast that she almost gets whiplash. Are you serious? She definitely sounds way too eager, because now Ariana is smirking at her. No, but now I have my answer, apparently. Zendaya bites into her fist so she doesn't cackle too loudly. Camilla shoves Ariana's arm, causing the girl to teeter on her heels, but her smile is only widening. Camilla laughs too, almost more out of disbelief than anything, and she buries her head in Dinah's shoulder. Ariana, I hate you, she says. You're right, though, about me being gay. Was it really that obvious?
Support the channel with a reaction and write a comment under the video. Thank you very much for staying with me on the channel and subscribing.